worked it well, they've executed it. And through Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho, they have beaten the Blues at Wembley. One goal was all they could pull back through Jeremy Doku. It was too late in the end, and the City fans trudge away feeling deflated. But we've had so many wonderful days, so many tremendous occasions to savour, that the Blues players are allowed one day when it didn't quite work for them, and sadly it was this day, the second successive Manchester Derby Cup final, and United have edged it by 2-1. Eric Ten Hag, whose very position has been the subject of masses of column inches, may well have pulled off a tactical masterstroke on his potential final game as United manager, if the newspapers are to be believed. City, though, had their chances in the second half. They hit the bar through Haaland. Onana made a couple of saves. Alvarez put one over the bar and beyond the post. But sadly today, it just wasn't to be for the Blues. And they've been beaten by United by 2-1. The United players embrace each other. They've got themselves a place in Europe next season in the Europa League. It means Newcastle will not go through to Europe. It means that Chelsea will drop into the Conference League. Somehow, some way, City have lost to United here at Wembley Stadium. Massive underdogs, United, but they found a way, and sadly there's going to be no back-to-back doubles for the Blues. The Blues fans trudge away to my right-hand side. The United fans, well, waving their flags and just enjoying the moment. But the reality is that those two sucker punch goals in the first half have edged United to glory, and City have just had to endure heartbreak. Well, most people predicted comfortable City wins today. It wasn't to be. A one-off final, anything can happen, and anything did. A mistake, a ball over the top, Guardiola's header over the top of an advancing Ortega, and Garnacho tapped it over the line. And then a really well-worked counter-attack goal, actually. A ball played in by Garnacho, helped on by Bruno Fernandes, and turned over the line by Kobbie Mainoo. And City, well, they did try to get 2 goals back in the second half, but sadly it was only one, just the one, a shot from Doku that Onana could not keep out. Well, let's go over to the sideline where we can be joined by Paul Dickov, Sean Gota and Natalie Pike.
Welcome back to Matchday Live, where City have been beaten in the cup final. It was not our day today. We can see behind us the players are still on the pitch. They are clapping the fans who are responding back to them, celebrating that we've still had an incredible season. We've still won the Premier League, but today the FA Cup was not to be. Sean, it just didn't feel like our day today.
No, it didn't. Second half, you know, if you were to talk about it in terms of, it looked like a training session, attack for defence, and it was always going to be one of those where the whole time they would go and they'll create some chances. City will be disappointed because, again, a huge amounts of possession, dominating balls, not having the lucky bounce where it's forced to a player where we can stick it in. Obviously, Doku's come in, kept pushing, kept probing, and was able to squeeze and get that goal. But City will be disappointed because there was enough pressure within that game to have gotten a second goal to take it beyond.
Yeah, so Jeremy Doku came on at half-time and had a huge impact on the game. He eventually got the goal, and he really got us all hoping for that last sort of 15 minutes, Paul.
He did, didn't look, the goal was coming, you know, the amount of pressure we put on them, you know. Kyle's had a great shot from outside the box, and Ananas had a great save. Erling's then hit the bar, and you begin to wonder, is that goal going to come? It did come, but 5 minutes earlier would have been great, you know, just to put the pressure on them a little bit. Look, bitterly disappointing day. But let's not take the shine away from these players and what a great season that they've had.
Yeah, because it's not like City didn't have the chances in the game. That, you know, Haaland hit the bar. We had a good number of chances, Sean.
Yes. Again, you know, when that ball comes across to Haaland, I'm thinking it's on his left foot. I'm seeing he's going to get there. And for some reason, that he catches it good, he catches it well, but it's just risen where it's hit the bar. And we're talking about 6 inches. This is what we're talking about, a little bit of luck that you need in a game. That if that ball 6 inches lower, it goes in, and it's a totally different game. The creative chances, But again, as Paul said, this team has been magnificent throughout the season. It's been a brilliant effort. The one thing that I felt was one of those that United, with the quality of players they had, not showing up in the season, they could potentially come here and show up because there was no pressure. And that's why I always felt it was always going to be important that opening 25 or 30 minutes, that City stamped our mark on the game. It wasn't to be, so you have to just say congratulations to United on the day.
We were too open first half. You know, as much of the possession that we had, we were far too open, you know. I know that they got their 2 goals, but there were a couple of other occasions where they broke really quickly on us. Second half, it didn't happen, you know. We were kept the ball a lot better, moved it a lot quicker, and didn't give them the opportunity to hit us in behind. And you know, Julian Alvarez came on, and he has a great chance. You know, 9 times out of 10 he scores that when he's playing through as well. So unfortunate, disappointing, but look, next season won't be far away.
Yeah, it's hugely disappointing today, but it does not take the shine off what's been an incredible season again for City. And I can see the players still on the pitch. They're kind of glumly standing around. They're not used to this. They're not used to being the ones that are not celebrating at this point. And of course, we still celebrate. We'll still celebrate tomorrow the fact that City have won the Premier League again. And this just highlights as well, I mean, football is a wonderful sport, but it's so unpredictable. And you know, we often hear that with City winning 4 Premier Leagues in a row, people saying that the English league has got boring, but this just proves that it hasn't, shown that on its day anybody can win. And
it just shows you, I mean, these players will be gutted, because that's the thing about, for most players, it's an up and down sort of season or career, and these boys don't often taste this, and they'll remember this and they'll use it as motivation. They'll use it as motivation for next season to say, right, we kick on again. This is the way these players are built as well.
It is. I was just thinking the same thing. Look, you can tell they're devastated we're not winning today. Yeah. But if they need anything to spur them on again, you can look at them play. They'll use this to fuel into next season. You know, I know a lot of them have got the Euros. They'll have a little rest and they'll be ready. They'll remember this moment and they won't want to feel like that again.
Oh, absolutely, I like that. They'll use this to fuel them for next season, Paul. I love that. And of course, we'll end up playing them. Well, we will. We'll play them in the Community Shield now, because the Premier League winner plays the FA Cup winner. So we'll be back here on the 10th of August, where we play them again. Oh, hooray. I'm so looking forward to that already, Paul. But yes, in terms of, we're going to look for positives from today. Jeremy Doku's performance was a huge positive for City.
Yes, well, we talked about he was a good plan B. I mean, he's come on, and initially it was moments where I thought Wan-Bissaka slightly got the body, kept getting the challenge in. We were still getting corners, etc. But then once he comes in, he's able to get a little bit free, comes on his right foot to score that goal. You see his confidence just went up, and it was okay, get it to him. And it looked like if it was going to come, it was going to come through Doku, because, again, he had the confidence to be able to go across and get the yard and get it into the box to find a player. It was just unfortunate we were unable to have that bit of rub where a player could come onto it and finish it as well.
Paul, what positives are you taking? What words of motivation can you give us after that?
4 in a row. You know, disappointing is today. You know, Sean's right. I thought Doku was a game changer today when he came on. For all the possession we had first half, we didn't really create any chances. You know, as soon as he came on the pitch, he was running at Wan-Bissaka, he was taking him inside, taking him outside, and you could see everybody lifting then, you know, starting creating chances after that. Haaland, as always, comes on and looks sharp. I thought Manu Akanji when he came on at half-time as well. But they'll find it really difficult to pick up any positives for it. You know, they're serial winners, this lot. And you know, they won't like this feeling of watching United go up to pick up the trophy.
It's a tough one to swallow. It really is, because I don't know what the stats are in terms of possession. But you know that City totally dominated second half. Yes, there were spur moments when United would go up the other end and have it for a short period. But the dominance of City in the second half was huge, and you know, this will be a hard one to swallow. It really will.
Yeah, it'll be a hard one to swallow for the fans as well, obviously, with it being a Manchester derby, but hopefully everybody will remember the incredible season. If you're picking a high moment from this wonderful season again, what would your kind of highlight be?
Oh, so many. The one that stands out for me is that man over there, Kevin De Bruyne, coming on the pitch at Newcastle after he'd been out for 5 months, not just scoring 1 goal, but then the assist for Oscar Bob. So that's got to be right up there for me.
Yeah, well, you know, you think about the team, there's so many quality players. I like the fact of, when I think about Foden's season, taking on that responsibility to say, I want to be that leader. I'm the one that would take on that creativity. So him playing in games and taking that on when De Bruyne has been injured, loving that. Also, Rodri, the unsung hero, game after game, seems to perform very consistent. You know, there's a moment throughout the season watching these players perform like that. It's been brilliant.
Very, very much. The Kevin De Bruyne coming back from to the Newcastle game, I will always remember that incredible moment. And when you think that we did a large part of this season with no Kevin De Bruyne and with no Erling Haaland, and to still have achieved what this team have achieved, we've got to take a moment to, yes, we're upset, yes, we're disappointed, but we've got to take a moment to just think how incredible this team have been this season.
They've been incredible for years and years and years now. You know, 6 Premier Leagues in the last 7 years. Obviously, everybody's talking about winning the 4 in a row, but the consistency levels they've got and how they keep their standards at the very, very top deserves a huge amount of credit.
Yeah, shadow of a doubt. Yeah, shadow of a doubt. I mean, the boys, they'll look back on this year and they'll take strength from it, because they'll say, okay, we've lost, but we'll keep going. They'll keep going again.
Thank you so much for both being here today.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for being with us for all the season, all the shows that you've done as well, and it's been an absolute pleasure to do all this with you this season, as always. And thank you all for joining us on Matchday Live this season. It was not to be today, but let's not forget, City won 4 in a row in the Premier League, and we will celebrate tomorrow regardless, because that is an occasion that deserves to be celebrated. So join us. We'll have live coverage of the parade tomorrow, or of course, if you can, get down and support us. So thank you so much for your support this season. Quick, it's time for us to go, because I'm not watching this. We'll see you tomorrow.
See what's standing behind me? Like I put it, no team have won 4 Premier Leagues consecutive in a row. Yet.
Nobody's ever won the top division title in England 4 seasons in a row.
Even going all the way back, you can't find anyone who's won 4 in a row.
4 in a row in the league is maybe even better than anything else, because this is the whole of English football history.
It's the curtain raiser for the new Premier League campaign.
Back at home for the first time after was an amazing season, I really start again.
We are the champions, guys. Remember this, huh? Every year we're more ready to do it again.
Do it together, guys, with our people that unconditionally support you, because you have done is unforgettable. Okay? Let's go.
Man City are rightly favourites. They've got the history.
Give me one reason why we should not do it again.
And Martinelli!
If you ask me today what you're feeling, we're going to do it again.
The carrot of becoming the first team in history to win 4 successive top division titles is just being dangled in front of those City's players.
Yes, of course. It's not the fact that no team has done it. No one City's player in this country has done it.
The big question mark I look at Man City over the last year or two, when they've had so much success, is will they lose that hunger and that desire?
They are finding ways how to give up goals.
They're really not finishing as they normally do.
They didn't seem serious enough about the danger that existed in the game. And what that amounts to, without a shadow of a doubt, is a complacency.
Crystal Palace have reeled them in.
How long is this wobble going to go on? How serious is this going to be?
We need to show and prove to everyone, and more importantly to ourselves, that we can get the results that we deserve.
Gordon's gone for more! Oh my word! De Bruyne looking to shoot. Oh, he scored! Kevin De Bruyne is back. De Bruyne's ball. Bob coming in. Bob's in. Oh, he scored! Brilliant!
Pep, wow, enjoy that?
A lot.
It's never been this tight at this stage of the season. 3 teams at the top separated by just 1 point.
The challenge is ourselves. It's not Arsenal, it's not Liverpool.
I think we have seen Manchester City leave the title.
The build-up starts now to Manchester City against Arsenal.
We've been working all the season for this moment, guys.
We are the champions. We defend the ground.
If I had to choose one, I would choose the Premier League. Why? 4 in a row.
Because that's what's going to happen.
And they've made history already last year, but if they can get that 4th trophy in a row...
Destiny's in our hand, guys. It depends on ourselves.
Is this the best Premier League title race you've seen?
Now is the moment you have to prove how incredible you are as a team. You have to prove yourself.
Kanji under pressure, and he's lost the ball.
Oh, it's a steal here for Son. And something finished through. The title could be alive. But Ortega.
That moment, the title's gone from Arsenal to Manchester City.
Erling Haaland takes Manchester City to the cusp of 4 in a row.
One more. Don't celebrate yet.
Until it's over, we keep going.
Manchester City, history makers.